Christiana made this report for me, basically based on my Ayurveda energy type, and she wrote to me, you cannot drink coffee. And like for me, coffee is my ritual. Is in the mornings I wake up for the coffee. Basically, I live for this life for the coffee. So now it's my third day without coffee.
Okay.
I mean, I actually have to be honest with you. I think it's all in the head.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm that caffeine dependent.
Okay.
I also don't think that these are huge amounts of caffeine that I've been consuming.
Yeah.
But I definitely can tell that I feel less anxiety.
Okay.
In some moments that are stressful, I start feeling a bit more anxious.
Yeah.
You know that feeling in your solar plexus?
Yeah.
I think I have less of that.
But this is because coffee has caffeine and it aggravates your vata dosha. Your vata dosha, when out of balance, causes anxiety. So when you have less of this, it's less aggravation for that. And also your acidity in your body will be less as well. So it's good.
Thank you so much for coming today. I really appreciate your time.
Welcome.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It's probably my first interview as a psychologist. I've done interviews before. I actually worked as a host for a little part of my life. So it's actually very exciting to go back to something that I enjoyed in the past. I look in your eyes and they are full of some sparkles and shine. And I look at you and I see that you're a person who really loves what they're doing, right? So you're a Ayurveda therapist. And I think that you are the best advertisement for what you're doing, for the type of business vocation that you are currently engaged into.
Thank you.
With when I saw Christiana glowing, she did a therapy massage for me first, and I saw her. And I looked how beautiful, healthy, and glowy and happy person she is. I was like, I want the Ayurveda consultation with you. But I wanted to start this conversation with something else. Because you also told me your story a little bit, that you were working in corporate banking before, and then you switched to Ayurveda therapy. And that is a massive change. I would like to understand, what was this turning point? When did you understand you want to switch? So many people currently in the world are unhappy with what they're doing, but they are scared to make a change. And many people do not feel purposeful. And it's actually research proven. I wrote a whole dissertation on the topic of purpose. People who feel purposeful, they're happier, healthier, etc., etc. You know, so the health benefits are massive.
I knew from a young age that working a 9 to 5 office job was not meant for me. I never felt like I really fitted in this environment. So when I actually made the switch from being in like the corporate banking international payment sector, and then I said to like my team, I was like, I'm going to India to study Ayurveda. I don't think they were actually that shocked, because they kind of knew me and they knew who I was before. So lots of their reaction was, yes, like you're way too free for this industry anyway. Like, yes, we wish you the best, go. So that was really nice. But for me, working this type of job, it was nice, but it wasn't fulfilling. I didn't feel like my purpose was there. I was just doing a job because I had bills to pay, and it's a job.
Like most people do.
Exactly. Right? But I think genuinely understanding what your purpose is as a person comes from a deep understanding of who you are. And I think we've been conditioned from a young age to not really ask these questions. So I think like even growing up and when I was at school, like being 11 years old, teachers would come and they would ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I had a blank mind, because I was thinking, what do I want to be when I grow up? I don't know who I am. I don't really know what I enjoy. Like, I don't know Christiana, and I need to understand me before I can answer this question of what I want to be when I grow up. And I feel like this question in itself is not, it's not the question that you should ask a child. You should ask a child, like, what do you enjoy doing? What brings you joy? What do you want to share with the world? Not try and put you in a box and label you to what do you want to be when you grow up. And I just feel like understanding yourself more is one of the biggest reasons for understanding your purpose. And I feel like knowing what brings you joy, knowing what fulfills you, and knowing what you want to share with the world and how you want to share your light with the world is what brings you that purpose, because you wake up and you're inspired. Like, I wake up and I feel empowered every day because I love what I am doing, and I am so grateful that I'm able to share that with the world.
And actually adding to what you just said about kids being asked who they want to be, right? So taking that decision, been pushed on very early age already, but neuroscience says that our brain keeps developing until the age of 25. Like 25.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right? Because 18, you seem to be an adult legally, but your brain is still not developed.
Yeah.
There's still like 7 years to go.
And you have to make all these decisions like in your childhood to like, which determine your choices in life. So they push you to go to university, they push you to get the degree. But even though you're not even 100% sure if that's what you really want to be doing, but they try to push you in a direction which fits the norm. And I feel like for me, my purpose is not to fit this norm. I've never been someone to really, I just do what I want to do because I enjoy doing it. I'm not afraid to, I don't have this fear to not do something because I might be scared. I'm still going to do it if I'm scared.
The courage.
Yeah, courage.
It's just so normal to discover your purpose later on in life, try other things.
Yeah, definitely.
And not be like, okay, I'm becoming this, I'm gonna be this all my life.
Yeah.
I also studied economics and international relations. I worked in politics, I worked in tech. I still work in tech and investment, but I also realized that psychology is my big passion.
Yeah.
And there could be sometimes not just one purpose.
Yeah.
You could be Ayurveda therapist, but maybe in a few years you realize that you want to do something else. Maybe you want to create flower bouquets, based on Ayurveda dosha type of a person.
To be honest, I think purpose for me is just living in true alignment with yourself. And that can look like anything. As long as you're sharing your light and you're spreading this joy, if you're doing it true and authentically to yourself, I think this is beautiful.
These are beautiful words. Thank you for sharing. Ayurveda. Mm-hmm. I want to know, of course, more about it.
Yeah.
And what essentially is Ayurveda in simple terms for people who do not know? Because when I hear Ayurveda for the first time, for me it's like something there in India, some sort of wisdoms, but I've no clue what it is. I know about doshas now, the types of energies that us human beings carry, but would you like to tell a bit more about it and how do I find my dosha?
Yeah, sure. So, firstly, what is Ayurveda? Ayurveda literally means like the science of life. And it's not just wellness, it's so much deeper. It's who you are every day by the choices that you do. So it's a way of life which brings the type of food that you eat, the type of exercise that you should do, the type of herbs that you should be using, the specific type of mind that you have. It's like a 360 approach to life. It doesn't just take one aspect. So that's why, like in our consultation, I'm asking you every question under the sun to try and understand who you are and who you are when you're stressed, who you are when you're feeling sad, who you are with your like digestion,
with my health issues.
Your health issues, like everything. I want to understand everything about you, even from the texture of your skin to how brittle your hair might be, everything.
Yeah, how much I sweat, I remember that question.
Yes, exactly. Like, there is no hiding in these consultations. So in that hour and a half, I probably know more about you than your friends know about you.
I think with us it was like 2-hour conversation, right?
Yeah. But this is crucial to understand your doshas and the constitution which makes you you. So I need to understand how you react in certain situations, what symptoms you're experiencing in your body now, because ultimately this determines which energies you have in your natural balanced state and which energies you have which might be out of balance now and a bit aggravated. So if you can understand balanced state and the aggravation, you're able to choose the specific remedies and lifestyle choices and recommendations to get you back to this balanced state. So for example, Vata, which is like the life force, like the movement energy, it's made up of air and ether. So it's light and it's always moving. So to balance this dosha out, herbs like ashwagandha, oils like sesame oil are very good for nourishing and balancing and grounding.
I know, that's mine.
Yes, exactly.
That's my dosha.
So you want more grounding herbs because it's a fast-paced movement, light energy. For Pitta, it's a very it's your fire inside. It's your digestive fire. It's heat. And it can also come up as like redness and inflammation in your body. So you want more cooling herbs for getting your pitta back to balance. So like aloe vera, mint, these are all good for cooling pitta. Kapha is more of like a heavy energy. It's earth and water, so it's really can be quite sluggish when out of balance. So when it's out of balance, you want more potent herbs like turmeric, black pepper to try and balance that out.
How do I find I had you to help me to find my dosha. How a person without having access to Christiana?
So through self-observation, you can find quizzes online as well. I have one in my bio on Instagram. But even if you just type into like Google dosha quiz, and it's going to ask you like loads of questions about your personality, about your digestion, about your body frame, about your skin, hair, eyes, whatever. And it's basically you just answer these questions, and you'll get an idea to the constitution of which energies you are. But when I was in India, they also showed us a way through the pulse to analyze which dosha you are, and if you have imbalances as well. So there's a really like simple way. I'll just do it in simple terms. 3 fingers. Top one is Vata. Middle one is Pitta.
Okay.
Third one is Kapha.
Okay.
You put these 3 fingers
on
your pulse. You find it just below your thumb bone.
Right.
Do you feel your pulse?
Oh my God, yes.
So basically, if you press down hard enough for you to not feel your pulse, till you don't feel it, and then bring it up slightly till you can start to feel it again. This is you in balance. These are your energies. So which ones do you feel?
I feel this and this.
So this is your Vata Pitta.
Yes,
and
exactly.
as I showed you before, you are a Vata Pitta.
Yeah.
And then the higher you bring it up just before you release it, this is your dosha's imbalance.
Oh.
So this shows you where you have an imbalance in your energies as well. But many things can disrupt this. Like if you eat just before doing this, for example, your digestion is going to pick up slightly an energy which is different. If you drink loads of coffee, if you're exercising before, so there's many things which affect doing this, which you need to like take into consideration. But on a basic level, that's it.
I mean, maybe because I knew that my pitta is in balance, but I could also feel it, I think.
Yeah, like you can feel it. It's like,
but it's nicer with the device that you have.
Yes, the device is
my nails with all these points.
The device which I has is extremely accurate, and it goes into so much more detail about the toxin levels, the gut health, metabolism. Loads of things. It's really crazy what it picks up, but yeah, this is just a nice basic way to see as well.
Is there any connection between like something that is research proven and Ayurveda and these doshas? I'm sure there is, right?
I think it's really funny because in the West we call, let's say, Ayurveda an alternative medicine. Yes. But if you think about it, it's not actually alternative, it's the root cause of where medicine came from. Medicine came from plants, and it came from healing naturally with herbs. It's just in the West we've changed our perception of what medicine is and what it should look like because we want quick fixes and we want a different way of life. There is lots of research, but I also believe that if you do and you experience Ayurveda, and the lifestyle that comes with it, you will see the benefits and you will be like the research yourself because it's first-hand experience. So I think just experiencing it yourself, you will understand that it is true and it works extremely well.
Because I know if we talk about the chakras, the energetic centers, there are actually glands located.
Yes.
Right? Like all these chakras are connected with the glands. Also the crown chakra is connected to a gland in the brain.
Yeah.
So it actually something coming from ancient times when there was no chance to explain it scientifically, but now there is.
But I mean, like even with Ayurveda, it's like 4,000-year-old wisdom, which is still relevant for today's life. And I think just understanding, like for example, if you get sunburn, you put aloe vera on your skin, right?
Right.
It's because your pitta is aggravated. So it literally makes sense. You have too much heat in your body. You need to cool it down with aloe vera. You feel like you have anxiety. You need to try calm your mind down. The vata dosha is aggravated. You need to try find grounding exercises to calm it down. Like it's all based off of this wisdom, which was 4,000 plus years ago. And it's just so crazy that they had this wisdom and it's still relevant today if you actually listen to your body's whispers.
And when you mentioned ashwagandha and my type that needs to be balanced, my energy, my pitta energy needs to be balanced, you said one of your recommendations was ashwagandha. It's interesting because I come across this herb quite a lot also before in my life. And I spoke with a doctor who actually said that he would prescribe. You don't need a prescription because it's a herb. It's natural. But he said that there is research on ashwagandha that it actually has this calming effect on the body. So it is research proven, right?
It's not just some hocus pocus woo woo stuff. Like it's real stuff which with real results, and it's based off of thousands of years of wisdom that, especially in the East, they use it a lot. And I think in the West we've kind of forgotten this ancient wisdom within us, and we just always look externally for the quick fixes.
Yes.
But I think if we actually take a step back and realize what your body needs, like when I said to you, like yes, in the plan, like I recommend ashwagandha, you said to me that when you feel you're not in the best state of your mind, like you take ashwagandha because it helps you come back. Like your body knows what it needs, you just need to listen to it.
Yeah, I did it like a year ago when I had some anxiety in my life. And I remembered this conversation with a doctor, and I was like, I should try it, and it really did good. It does. You don't have any side effects because it's natural. Because it's a plant. You don't have any addiction because it's a plant. Again, I mean, it's that kind of plant that does not cause addiction. And ashwagandha is really good. You can take it for some time. You don't maybe need to take it all the time, but some time to get back into balance in those difficult life moments. It's actually something good. Talking about wisdom, are there any other wisdoms that you brought with you from India? Because I know you studied in India. Of course, I want to talk more about it, but we have a bit of limited time. But what wisdoms did you bring with you from India?
So for me, India was a very intense time of my life. It was very full on. Like studying was. It was a lot of studying. We were working in an Ayurvedic hospital. Just being in India and in like the main cities is really crazy. And you see a lot of things which you don't see in your normal like day-to-day life, let's say in Europe. It's a completely different experience. And to be honest, like being in India, it's really taught me acceptance of things that you might not agree with in life. You have to accept it for what it is. You can't change certain things. And I think being there has given me a sense of calmness, which I've brought back with me. And it's made me realize accepting situations instead of just trying to fight them because you want a different outcome or like you want to change something. Just accept it. You're going to feel a lot more peaceful inside if you learn acceptance.
It's interesting because from psychology, I can connect it to, there was an Austrian psychologist. his last name was Adler. He was actually working with Freud, but he did not agree with what Freud was saying, so he developed his own psychology. And he basically described what you were saying in the terms that we have our own tasks as human beings and other people have other tasks. And because we cannot control the outcome of the tasks of other people, when we admit that we are only responsible for our own tasks and we release the control and trying to control of other situations, other people, then we start living a happier life.
Yeah. The stress will start to melt away, and I realized that before because I can get quite anxious as a person, like naturally, and I'm currently working on, like consciously working on acceptance, like where a situation is as it is what it is, and to be okay with that, because I trust in something higher that I can't see right now, but I trust that everything is going to work out in divine timing, and I surrender to that.
Sounds right to me and sounds really beautiful and the way to live for. And maybe the last thing I want to ask you, if a person doesn't feel well, if they are depressed, if they are anxious, unhappy, what little things they can implement from Ayurveda in their daily life that can boost their well-being?
Do small things. Don't just try to change your life like from black to white in one day. Really try and just implement small things, maybe one a day, which is good for you. Like if you can do one thing a day which makes you feel good, and that can be anything from giving yourself a face massage or head massage, foot massage before bed. It can be giving yourself 15 minutes to wind down and have a herbal tea before you go to sleep. It can be meditating in the morning, journaling with your coffee, whatever it is. Allow yourself some time to be, not to think, not to be overactive in your mind, like just be and feel your breath, feel your heart, and just be grateful that you have this time for yourself.
Thank you so much. I fully agree. First of all, the gratitude, that's a really positive impact on the brain. And another thing, if you, for example, go from Berlin, where I come from, I come from Latvia actually. Berlin, I live in Berlin. If you go from Berlin to New York and you change your course, like as a pilot of a plane, just by 3 degrees, on this long journey, you will not land up in New York, you will end up somewhere in Colombia.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's what I want to say. And that's a very big difference.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is with the small things that you are mentioning.
Yes.
In the long run,
yeah,
you will end up somewhere like really positive and in a different state of mind.
Completely. And just start small. Just do small little things and it all adds up in the end.
Thank you so much for the conversation.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it.
Yes, it was so nice to speak with you. Thank you.
Cut.